I open a new notebook and I upload salary data because if you like to got the same data, you can just use our notebook. And I just upload that to GitHub, and of course you can always go to Kaggle, and Kaggle is a data center as well as algorithm center that you can download all the data as well as the algorithm, and this is a lot of great guys doing competition on it. So I just used it's just a sort of like a reversed approach. Okay, I already know that I'm going to share with you a simple linear regression, so I just search simple linear regression and got that data set that can be feed into the simple linear regression. So this is a pretty famous data set. It's called salary data set. It's sort of just like this, just a number. You can sort of treat it as an ID of a different person and experience of years of working, and the salary, current salary. I think it's yearly salary of that person, and yeah, I think it's pretty good. So it's just a simple linear regression, just using that to predict. So if you got the person, say X, they're coming in, and say we got maybe 7 years of experience, I can just use that model to give you a salary. It's a typical simple linear regression problem. Okay, so just to download it and upload to Colab, which is a remote computer. Okay, we're going to use it. Okay, so first, before we actually do the simple linear regression, I'm going to share with you guys how to get the sort of data pre-processing or processing, just to sort of play around with all our data. Okay, so first we need to import a certain library in order to get that data. Okay, so I'm going to say this will be of course, all that is follow the markdown principle, which means that if you add a hashtag before it, will just become pretty big. Okay, so if you double or triple hashtag, and then you write something, it will just become a sort of a title. Okay, so one hashtag, pretty big title, and the 2 or 3 hashtag will become just the secondary title, a third title. Okay, so let's say we need to data processing. Okay, data processing, and the first step will be import the necessary library. Let me quickly do that. Import the necessary library. Yeah, the voice recognition of Apple is not so good. Maybe it's because of my accent. Import the necessary library to process the data. Okay, that's much quicker for me to type. Okay, so first is import the necessary library, and what am I going to do is to, of course, we're using Python right now. So Python got the 2 most famous library for data wrangling. One is NumPy. Okay, so it's like a number on Python. Okay, so it's called NumPy, and the other is Pandas. So essentially, the NumPy is dealing with array, and Pandas with array of data, and you sort of you stack the array together. We got a sort of column like a tabular data. Okay, and we're going to use as. Okay, so if you use the NumPy, is pretty long, so I'm going to use NP, and that will be a pretty short. So every time I need to use a NumPy, just NP and dot, and just play around with all this functionality with NumPy. And the Pandas is pretty long, so I'm going to use PD. It's sort of a convention for short. You can, of course, you use say not NP, but as a PY, something like that, but nobody uses it. Okay, so if you use that, you can still run, but other people may feel a little bit confused about your code, and if you have some problem, you will ask on the internet, well, maybe, yeah, you can't find any answer because nobody used that short acronym. Okay, so you just import that. This is for okay, let me add something. Okay, this is for array wrangling, for data wrangling or data handling. And once you got this data processing tool, it's like Excel in the programming world. Okay, so it's pretty famous. And then this is for data visualization. Okay, I'm so lazy and I have I don't know, maybe this is condition with me. I can't spell things correctly. Yeah. Even after all these years, I can't spell things correctly. So sometimes it's just use the voice recognition software. Okay, so yeah, just bear with me. And of course, that's the whole reason we learn artificial intelligence. We use this technology to make our life better. Okay, so yeah, I acknowledge and admit that I have a shortcoming of not be able to spell it correctly, so I used AI to recognize my voice and just not to worry too much about it. Okay, so data visualization, we got a pretty typical matplotlib, and of course this is like the base library for that. Of course you can get a lot of visualization library that based on it, and you can get a pretty fancy stuff, but I think this is just the intro section. I'm not going to bring you guys in with a flood of libraries, because the Python is famous for his active communities and a lot of sort of libraries. So yeah, let's start with the basic. Okay, and then I'm going to import that data visualization library called matplotlib. Like mat for this is a library, I think, from the MATLAB, something like, yeah, MATLAB, yeah, I think this is MATLAB. Sorry, it just got stuck here. MATLAB is I think we use that in college, and it's pretty good for wrangling with data. It's got a lot of a pre-built model, and yeah, it's proprietary. I seldom use it right now because a lot of open source software. Okay, so yeah, of course it's great fun. Use that, and then they provide this matplotlib. It's a library that can plot data, and you use Python to plot it, so it's a pyplot. Okay, so it's a pretty mouthful name, and but it do make sense. It's MATLAB provided, and you use that to plot and use Python to plot. Okay, so, and most of the time we just short for plot. Okay, we just want to plot this data and we use PLT for that. Okay, so I think that's pretty much all of it, because if you open this salary datasite.csv, it's just 3 columns of data, as I already show you guys in Kaggle. So once you got that, you can pretty easy for you to just store this data and this to the X and Y axis. Just you can clearly see that. Okay, and then that's if you tap it, that's all. You just tap it and it will run, and you see it's 1 second here, and we got this tick, and this shows that everything runs smoothly. And our CPU, GPU, we don't have GPU here. Our CPU does not even flick. It's just that, stay here, say, well, I can handle it. Okay, and that's pretty good. Okay, so we already got all this library imported, and then we can actually reference our data here, and we can start play around with data. Okay.